goes. Oh man, thank you, Father, for waking me up today. Mm. There's a certain type of vibration when you have this level of gratitude every time that you wake up. Some people won't understand. It's a gift. It's a gift to wake up in the morning. Oh my God. It's a gift. Until you understand that, you won't get it. So I'll tell you a funny story, right? So I have uh, a coworker of mine, right? So when I was hired, everybody's talking about this guy. He's blah, blah, blah. The guy's a cancer, right? But everybody told me about him. So every time I first met him, he was operating through like hypocrisy, right? And he would say, "Oh, this is annoying," and he'd be doing it. But the difference with me is when I see him operating, I just pause and I call it for what it is. Like I was very direct with him, like extremely direct. Hey, listen, you have an issue with this, but you're doing this, right? So I want to find out and I want to agree on how we're going to operate with each other, right? So I needed to first establish that with him, right? That some of the antics, some of the ways of him operating with other people wasn't gonna fly. It wasn't gonna work with me, right? I'm a very chill dude, even keel, super down to earth. I ain't looking for no problems with anybody. I'm just, I'm in my zen that I'm alive, right? Pretty much. So so there was a lot of disruption with that, with my style, and also with him, or whatever, right? So he's supposed to be he's supposed to be teaching and coaching me, but he doesn't know how to deal with me. One, because I'm smart. I'm a critical thinker, right? So I could think my way around, any situation, and then I'm direct, where the BS BS meter is flying around, and I'm willing to call it what it is, right? So after a very disruptive few weeks of that, he started hiding emails, meaning because I'm a lifelong learner, I want to learn and know everything that's happening, right? So then he started hiding emails from me, and he hid emails, and I didn't have access, so I learned the business, right? Because he's afraid now that I'm here to replace him. So now I'm here. I show up to work, and because he's hiding emails and he's supposed to be coaching me, I'm like doing not much at work. So now I'm wasting my time, right? So now I'm kind of getting a little, I'm getting a little pissed off. This guy's now he's wasting my time here, right? I don't play that. So we go through a few weeks of that, and then we had another blowout, right? Where I just called it for what it is, and he he said to me, this is what he said. He said, "This stuff between you and I really needs to stop," right? And then I asked him, how? How does it stop? I was like, I've been trying to talk to you as a human being since I got here, and you're avoiding me. I don't understand. This just doesn't make any sense. I want to talk to you as a human being, right? And I remember before that, I had sent him a few emails, right? And then the emails were in the posture of, "Hey, such and such, I want to have a conversation with you, man to man," right? So that would be the first email, and then the second email might have been, "Hey, listen, Mike brought me in to help you, and you can't get out of your own way. I could make you look really good if you allow me to, right? And then the third email was, so when he had said that to me, I said, how? I've been trying to. I was like, I've been trying to not operate like this with you, right? But you're not giving me the opportunity. So I just remember one day, he don't go to lunch with anybody, but he offers, to go to lunch. We go to lunch, and then I really get to kind of see him for who he is, and not the bunghole that he was being to everybody. So now we got a great relationship. I come into work, he's I'm the only person he says good morning to. Now we have a great relationship at work, and and people are probably wondering, like, how did Sam do it? He doesn't get along with anybody in this building. Like, I did it by serving. I did it by emulating what Christ is in us. He's living inside of us, right? And when people can see that, and they don't even know exactly what it is, they just see that there's a vibration change, there's an energy shift, that Christ is with them, not calling, he's in me, so he's with them in any particular room, in any particular time, in any particular situation. Then you begin to kind of like relax and understand, like, hey, listen, maybe how I'm being ridiculous, because he was being ridiculous, right? Some of the things and antics that he would do, and I see how he may speak to other people. But anyways, the reason I brought that story up is because every morning he comes in grumpy and in a bad mood, right? So that throws people off, because people are there to, they're not there to be in a bad mood. They're there to go get through work, really, and, not have any interactions with people. That's just kind of bad interactions. That's what people are trying to do. So, but someone walking in a bad mood like that, and for me, I walk in a fantastic mood every day, right? And I think he could feel that. But you control your mood, man. You control it up here first, right? When you understand that the mind is the controller, right? If you shift your mind, if you shift your thoughts, then you'll begin to control your mind and control your thoughts, right? And you feed your thoughts great information. You feed your thoughts the Spirit of God, right? Then things get better around you, at least how you deal with the earthly things that we have to deal with, right? So that's what that looks like. So it was great funny story. So my wife called, and then she had asked about this employee, right? And then she goes to my son, oh, Sam's doing so great, with this guy. He's about to invite him over for dinner, or invite him over. I'm like, I ain't going that far yet. I ain't going that far. So, it's good to see, the relationship has grown, and you initially came in with a non-relationship, very combative, sometimes even cancerous employee situation, and now it's nothing but up, from here. So, the energy that you project to people is important, and it can grow. So your energy can grow. So projecting that in front of people is important. It's important how you carry yourself. It's important how you conduct yourself. It's important how you speak to people. It's important how you lead people. It's important how you get to be present with people. So that's kind of, I would say those are some of my nuggets that popped in very early, into my head during the day. Today I got a long one today, but it should be fun. I got long hours of work, gonna get through that for sure. And then I come home and I get ready for a concert tonight with the wife, which is always good. Grateful to be able to do that. Definitely, fellas, date your wife, date her. I'm cuckoo for this girl. This girl is like so good to me. Doesn't flare me up. Doesn't not a bothersome girl. She didn't know how important that was. She's not just gonna bother me for no reason, or create a situation just to how it be sometimes, fellas. She's not gonna get under my skin because she know how. She ain't gonna do that. That ain't her. We operate in a level of peace that is necessary to bring up great human beings, great children of God, right? And that was important to me. It was, selecting my spouse, the one I'm gonna do life with, was something that was very important to me because I'm a family man. If you haven't seen, I coach a lot of kids. I'm very active as a father. Very active in my walk in foster care and adoption. Right. So picking that person for me meant the world to me because they were going to be mothering my babies. Right. Not anybody could just mother my babies. Right. You gotta be right. You gotta be the right one to mother my babies. I think very highly of them. They are precious to me, and that's been a good experience in itself, right? Just parenting, doing it together, being on the same accord, right? Being, growing in our faith, growing in our relationship with God together. Me myself growing in my relationship. Like, so I used to feed myself so many business books, and I still do. I feed myself all of these books. I go to courses and I immediately apply them to myself, and I've seen myself grow in experience, grow in knowledge, grow in spirit, because I've been feeding myself the Bible, which I need to continue to feed myself the Bible. But when I was just focused more on books and business and stuff like that, I was growing exponentially, in that arena. And I just remember I said to myself, why don't I dive into the Bible like that, the way that I've been diving into all of these books. So that's kind of a shift that happened for me too, is once I started really diving into it, and then you just kind of, through the stories, you just continue to hear the heart of God and how he has functioned and operated, and how much compassion he got, and how many mistakes we make. And he continues to love us and continues to give us a path to him, right? And you start seeing and you experiencing, and you're just kind of like, this doesn't look like anything earthly to me, right? And a lot of people get caught up in the earthly. Our earthly being is for a short time. It is, right? if you understand the game plan that God has for you, or at least the marching orders to make kingdom disciples while you're on this earth, and you know that's the task, why not? Why wouldn't you be super active about what you're about? You know what I'm saying? If that's your mission, is to make to make kingdom disciples in your earthly experience, then that's what we should be doing, right? We should be emulating the God that we serve. And once you continue to do that, like I said to you, your spirit will grow. I promise to you, it cannot stay the same. Your spirit will grow. But you got to guard your mind. You got to guard your body. You got to guard your experiences, because our body is a supercomputer, right? It remembers everything. It remembers the trauma. It remembers the emotions. It remembers the experiences, good and or bad, right? And your body will come back and your body will lie to you. Your body will replay an experience from your flesh, because it's a supercomputer, and it'll lie to you, right? It'll lie to you. It's important for you to know and understand that your body will lie to you. Your body is a supercomputer. All of that information that you download, all of the inappropriate things will show back up at a different time. It will, right? So that's why you got to keep your mind renewed. You got to continue to wash your mind with the gospel, all right? And it's going to keep you on a straight and narrow, and it's going to allow your spirit to grow. So, sorry, I'm in my bag right now. I'm in my bag. Comment, say what up if you want. I'm in my bag. I'm talking about the spirit, the body, renewing of the mind, your earthly experience, and how to grow spiritually, how to grow as a person. Hi, how you doing, Matthew? Nice to meet you. So, it's a great thing once you know and understand how all of these things come together, and you can begin to have more understanding in your earthly experience and have purpose, right? So, half the people don't have purpose, don't have a reason to be, right? They're being just to be, right? We were created to be creators. We weren't created just to be and just get through life. He gave you unbelievable powers, right? And it lies inside of you, right? It lies inside of you because it's through Him. It's through Him, right? So I truly feel like that's the highest state of being. And then finding your purpose, which is to bring people to the kingdom, right? And to do relationships. And that's what's missing. That's what's missing in the American system. We're so isolated. We're so fractured and divided, right? That's a weapon of the enemy, right? Division. My God is multiplication and addition. Always been. That's His math, right? And the enemy is in division, splintering, right? The command that He made is to love thy neighbor as thyself. There's the two commands: love your God with all your heart, or your mind, or your soul, and then love thy neighbor as thyself. That's the recipe, right? But we got division, we got splinters, we got chaos, we got demonization, we got so many different energy things that doesn't represent Him, right? Creating chaos, creating splinters, creating divisions. Nothing great has ever happened in division. I can tell you that right now. Nothing. If you had $1 million and you had division, nothing's good is going to happen with that $1 million, right? But if you had $1 million and you had addition and multiplication, guess what's going to happen to your life? That's how people are supposed to be connected, and that's how God created it, right? So people don't understand that, right? So get better at communicating, get better at creating relationship, right? Because that's what God was about. So when I told you that story about Steve very early on, not Steve, but my coworker very early on, that's what I was doing in the workplace. I was creating connection, and I did create the connection, and now we have a great working relationship, and nobody else in the building has it, right? Nobody else has it. So that's the secret sauce, right? That's the secret sauce to growing, to loving, to understanding people, to making connections, to understanding your earthly body, your kingdom mission, how quick it is finding purpose and growing through all of that. I know it was a lot. I gave you a lot to think about. I gave you a lot to think about. And that's okay. Continue on your mission while you're here to operate through purpose. Operate through purpose. That's what it's about. Have a great day.